So today's video feels kind of surreal filming this because I'll get into everything in a little bit more depth, but I have a little announcement, I suppose. If you follow me on Instagram, then you would have already seen that I have launched my own brand. I am so excited to finally say it out loud. Obviously on Instagram, I've been posting non-stop basically for about a week. It's called My Day. We are a stationery business and I have just launched my first product. Of course, I wanted to come onto YouTube and speak to everybody who follows me over here in case you don't follow me on Instagram. Also, I thought it'd just be great to go into a little bit more detail about the brand, about our first product, and show you it in real time. So yeah, very exciting. I want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory behind the business and the idea, and some plans that I have. Obviously, I don't want to give everything away. I want there to be some sort of surprise. I have so many ideas for this brand and I have been so excited to launch. This has been in the works for over a year now. These things take so much time. I knew, but I'd never really knew until I was in it, if that makes sense. I've got a whole story time which I will sum up if you want like a whole video. Maybe one day I can film that. But our first product is a diary planner and I will show you it in a little bit more detail in a minute. But yeah, a little backstory. Cut a long story short, we had a big fail and a big hiccup from the first samples and the first stock and everything like that. So I will actually at some point in this video show you the first ever sample. Now that we have the final product, you can see the side-by-side major improvements. So yeah, I wanted to start a stationery business because it really does sum me up. I feel like I am quite an organized person. The last few years I've really got my routine down of how to get things done, and of course I'm not perfect. Like, I always have improvements to make and I'm still learning. I am always getting questions on how to stay motivated, how to be productive. I work for myself, so it's really easy to be lazy and not get loads of things done. But that is a prime example of how I have to have my life in order because I am on my own time scale. So I really have to be really prepared for fitting everything in. I've always been a sucker for walking into a shop and seeing a really pretty notebook and buying it, even though I've got so many. I love the ones with a template and I've never found the right one for me. I've always sort of like manipulated them a little bit or scribbled certain things out, or on blank pages drawn my own little grid of how to plan my week, etc. That is where the whole idea for this brand came, because I felt like there wasn't a product that I wanted. That's one person. I feel like there must be so many other people that might be able to relate. So I wanted to create a brand where I just think outside the box a little bit more, and also make products that just look really nice, because I could never find the two. I feel like there was a really cute planner, but it wasn't practical. My camera just stopped recording, so if I've moved a little bit, that is why. But yeah, then I felt like the really practical ones I didn't love the look of, so I wanted to create something that was an all-rounder, and I really hope you guys love it. I'm about to show you the first product, which is the planner. This is the first product, and as you can see, it is a A5 notebook, so it's perfect for on the go, but it's also really nice and thick with lots of pages. Got gold foiling on the front which says My Day. I just wanted the first one to be really simple, and you can't really not like it. Like, it's, you know, plain colours and gold. So yeah, that is what the front looks like, and then the spine also says My Day, like that. It just feels so soft and luxurious. It just is perfect. So yeah, I'm so proud of it. Each page is hand designed by me. It's had so much thought put into every single page, and I'll show you the little details as well. I also wanted the branding to be really big on the first product, just because it is the first one and it just made sense to me. It was like the first time to put the branding out there, but on other things I do have the vision that it will like be a little brand in here and then the main focus will be like what the thing actually is, if that makes sense. They'll have different quotes or things like that. I am planning to do desk planners, you know, the ones where you can write each page a week and then rip them off, so it's not actually a book, it's more like a pad. I want to do more like personalized things, so like for different seasons. I know you can get like Christmas planners and stuff like that. I'm also thinking to go down the route of like greeting cards, present ideas, invitations, you know, like it's honestly endless. I just thought this was a really great place to start because everybody could do with a planner. It honestly adapts to anybody's lifestyle. I feel like let's go through the book and see what's inside. So this is a real up close, and then this bit says planner as well. The first page that you see is this page, and I wanted to put a little personal note in this book, just because I know that most people that will buy this product, especially the first one, have probably followed me for years, and it will be people that follow me and not just the brand. So I really wanted to have a personal note in this book particularly. I probably won't do this for all of them because obviously I want to reach to new people in this brand. And they probably won't even know who I am, but yeah, I just wanted to put this in, and this is handwritten digitally, but I did write, this is my handwriting, and it just says, hey, I really hope you love this planner as much as I enjoyed designing it. It really does help me get the most out of my day, and I hope it can help you too. Thank you so much for your support. Love, Ellie. The name My Day, I went back and forth with names for so long. Even before I started like designing and ordering samples and stuff like that, I was so back and forth with names, and I did have this name on my list, but I really was torn, like, is it personal enough to me? Like, I wanted the brand to have some sort of personal touch to me, whether it was my name, like a number in my birthday, you know. I was so back and forth with names. I had so many different ones, and I just kept going back to this one. And I know it's so simple, and people will be like, really, it took you that long to come up with that name? But I couldn't believe that it wasn't already a thing. Like, I have heard it, but nothing to do with stationery, and I thought it just made so much sense because you can use it in so many sentences, such as what I've just said here, and everybody has their own day. They can sort of say it as their personal thing, so instead of becoming a name that was personal to just me as like the founder, I really love the idea that it could be personal to everyone. That is where the idea came from. It's not the most interesting story, but basically, yeah, I just thought it was simple and it reaches to everyone. It's not just a random name that some people can't relate to. So yeah, above the little note, it just has a little place to put your name. So this planner belongs to, and then obviously a line to write that. And then the second page in the book, I love this page. It might be one of my favorites. That little piece of hair is very annoying. So this is like a bucket list page, and this is called Things to Tick Off. So I've just got 4 little sections here and little lines with some tick boxes, because honestly tick boxes are my favorite thing in the world. Just to complete something is the most satisfying feeling to me. Got books to read, films to watch, places to visit, and recipes to try. Often I get a recommendation and I'll forget it, but I feel like when you write things down, you really sort of manifest that in a different way, and looking at it over and over really will remind you. And I just thought it's really nice to have it all in one place just to look back on, and obviously at the end of the year you can then reflect on what you have read, what you have watched, where you have been, etc. So yeah, that is what this page is. And then I've just got a little box for extras, always handy. The next 3 pages are goal boards. So these are really, really versatile. I wanted to make them so they really can fit to anything that you're thinking of. So this is the example of the page, and it just says the goal in a big box, so you can make it visual or you can write it down. These are like the main steps to take underneath. We've got a little checklist, again with some tick boxes. So just breaking down a goal or a task really does help make it seem more manageable, I think. Timeline, so you could write dates on here. I actually used this template for my own goal, which was launching these books. It was kind of like inception. I was planning the books in the book, and you've got a little notes box, which again comes in handy for everything. Then we've got another goal board, so there's 3 of these in total. And then we have important things to remember this year. This is the whole page before the book even starts, and this is basically just a breakdown of the most important things to remember this year that you can't forget, whether it be a wedding or, for example, my sister's baby's due like in 2 weeks, so I'd write her due date down, you know, really big milestones in the year that might not happen every year. This is the breakdown of it. It's just date, occasion, and then again a tick box, so you can come back to this when you need to. And then also I've done my top 5 goals for this year, and I feel like this is always such a great thing to do. It's all about the manifestation. Writing things down makes it seem a little bit more real, and I just love the idea that you can come back to this at any point and check up on how you're doing with them, and also again at the end of the year see if you have done them. Just a little bit of a motivational thing right there. This is where the book becomes a little bit more like a planner. So this is undated. You can start it at any time of the year, which I'll show you. Basically fill in all of the dates and the months and even the years if you you know, start it next year for some reason. I wanted to make sure that it was really practical, because obviously I didn't want to do diaries that started May 2023 and then people didn't buy them until, or gift them until July 2023. That's 2 months wasted. And yeah, I just thought it made so much sense to be able to fill it out. I also personally love that part. I feel like it's really satisfying and therapeutic to just go through and write the dates out for the year. Also, if you're like away for a month, or you don't think you're going to be using it for a month or a couple of weeks, then you can just save those pages for when you will use them. It's not wasted space that can't be used. There are 12 months, so even if you don't start it at the beginning of the year, it will be a whole year worth of planning. This double page spread is at the start of every single month, and it's exactly the same, but the only thing I have changed is this little quote here in the corner, which I love this personal touch, and I'll explain in a second. But on this page we have the month and the year at the top, so obviously you can write, for example, May 2023, and then another couple of columns similar to the yearly breakdown. So this one is for birthdays. I find this so handy because as I'm getting older, I feel like I'm having to remember more and more birthdays. My mum used to just write my name in a card when I was young, but now I have to do it myself. Part of growing up. But yeah, you can just write the day and then whose birthday it is, and again you can tick it off. And then we've also got a column for occasions, so maybe it's a party, maybe you've got a bottomless brunch, you know, just prime dates in the month to remember. So you've got the yearly one, but then you've also got the monthly one. I've got some monthly goals, which is always really handy to write things down, and fun things to do just to add a little bit of something different. Maybe it's a date night or something. On this page we have monthly budget, so I tried to make this as simple as possible, but basically it says payday date, so you can obviously write the date that you'll get paid this month, the amount, and then how much that you are paying for the month basically, so how much you'll spend on food, bills, direct debits, and then I've also just left some blanks if you pay for anything else that you want to fill out, or maybe this month you need to save X amount, you know, you can just write something that's personal to you. And then I've just got a to-do list as well, always handy. I'm writing to-do lists left, right and center. So yeah, I just added that on as well. And of course you could just personalize this list to whatever you want. Maybe it'd be different for each month, which is why I feel like it's so important to have one of these for each month to put things into planning mode. And then another note box. This is definitely a recurring theme because they are so handy. Oh my god, it's pouring with rain. And the quote for the first month is, you've got something they don't, because I love that quote. It's actually on my home screen on my phone. I saw it probably 10 years ago or something crazy like that, and I've always loved it. I just think it's so unique you've got something that other people don't, you know? I just love that, and I wanted to have that as the first one. And the little stars around it are actually also hand drawn by me digitally, but yeah, I've done like different stars for every single month. So another cute little personal touch. Different quote on each page, and I'll read them out once I've been through what is in each month. Obviously this is the same for each month, so I'm not gonna go through everything. I'll just show you one month and then show you that it's repeated. But yeah, this is the next page. It's a double page spread of a monthly overview, the standard calendar layout, boxes for each days, Monday through to Sunday, and then obviously the dates are blank. There's a little box for you to write in whatever date it might be. So yeah, this is where you can just write something really vague about the day. You know, maybe you're out of office, maybe you're away from there to there. It's just a really nice way to look at your month to see if you've got a lot going on, or maybe you haven't. And then also I've got another month and year, just in case you've forgotten from the last page, just to make it extra clear. So you don't have to fill that out, but makes it a little bit easier. And then I've just done another little column here which says priorities. So that can be used however you please. This is probably my favorite page. So each month has 4 of these double page spreads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go on to the next month. So this is a weekly overview, and each day has its own schedule, which is honestly a lifesaver. This really helps me look at things and think, is that realistic? Do I have time to do that? When can I do that? When can I fit that in? I feel like having everything over 2 pages that you can look at and, you know, try and fit in your hair appointment or a meeting or going for dinner with your boyfriend, you know, different things that pop up last minute. You can just have a look at your whole week and see, okay, when can I do this? Okay, maybe I can't. Maybe it'll have to be next week. So yeah, I love having everything on one page. And what's even better is each day has a whole breakdown on when you wake up to when you've finished tasks for the day. I've done 8 till 8. I know that some people get up earlier than that. Some people stay at work later than that. It's just a general time limit. Unless you're, you know, working nights, I feel like this is plenty of time to spend on doing tasks for the day. 12 hours. We've just got weekly overview, and then it just has this little title that says, let's break it down. Because that is actually something that I say to anyone who might come to me with a problem. I don't even know where to start. I don't know what to do, and I'll always say, let's just break it down. What do you need to do, and when do you need to do it by? When are you free? It's just all of these little questions that you can ask yourself. So yeah, again, we've got Monday through to Sunday, and on Saturday and Sunday I've actually done from 9 till 5. Usually we're a little bit more relaxed on the weekends. I know it's not the case for everybody, but for the sake of space on the page as well, that's how I've done it. Monday to Friday is all the same. So you've got the time, a little line, and then tick boxes. And I love going through my day when I've got so much to do and ticking off each thing as I'm doing it. It just brings me so much joy. I can't explain it, it just does. At the bottom we've got another notes. Weekly notes and priorities. I'm always jotting things down. I'm always doing it because I don't remember if I don't write it down. Even if I put it in my phone, gone. We type so much every day. We're always on screens, and writing things down is actually proven to improve your memory. Always jotting things down, and makes it easier if it's actually in your diary, not on a random piece of paper. So that's what that's for. And then I've also got a tiny gratitude section. This says the best moments of the week, and I've just done a few lines. It's just nice to reflect. Maybe you just had a really good day or a really good week. It doesn't even have to be filled out, but it's just great to be grateful, and great to be grateful. Yeah, that is the gist of the book. There is a tiny bit more at the end, but I just want to talk you through the quotes for each month. So the next quote is, if it were easy, everyone would be doing it. I love this quote. it's self-explanatory, they all are, but it's just a really nice motivational uplifting one. And again, I've drawn the little stars around it. I loved coming up with the quotes, like just was so fun. This one says, remember to smile. Love it, made me smile. When you focus on the good gets better. Very true. Everything will be okay. Simple but effective. Small progress is still progress. People quite often forget that. We'll never have today again. So another gratitude one, because it's true. Life's way too short. This one is simple. It just says, breathe. I love that. The best things in life aren't things. This one says, take the chance. You'll never know unless you do. Everything happens for a reason. Another favorite quote of mine. It really does. I believe it does. And if you look at life that way, it really does open your mind up a little bit. Change is good. Something that I've learned as I've got older. I used to hate change, but we all need it. And then, oh, that's the last one. I was skipping through. I think that's all of them. The last few pages are just classic notes pages, because these are always handy for, you know, jotting things down, or maybe you're in a meeting and you just need a whole page to write things down. However you want to use the notes, you can't argue with the fact that they are always helpful. So yeah, that is the first ever product from my day. I have so many plans, and I am actually going to be writing a blog post on our website every single week. So if you're someone who loves to read or loves to read blog posts in particular, please check that out and please comment on them. Maybe you want me to talk about a certain topic, or maybe you have some ideas for the brand, which is something that I am 100% open to. Of course, I have so many of my own, but it would be silly if I didn't listen to you guys and what you want, because they are for you at the end of the day. Please let me know if you do have any ideas or any requests, I suppose, for the next few launches. There are some already in the works, so yeah, keep your eye out for that. I'll leave all the links down below to the website. This book retails for $16.95, and there is free shipping included in that as well. It is only UK shipping at the moment. I'm really hoping to expand to worldwide. But of course, I'm starting off as a small business, so we're trying our best, but I will 100% be trying to do that in the future. Everything I stand by is sustainability. So these books are 100% recyclable. The material used is actually already recycled as well. Packaging is recyclable too. I definitely wanted to have that as part of the brand. I find it so important. Before I even came up with the idea, I always knew that if I ever started a brand, it would have to be sustainable, because we got to save the planet. If you go onto the website, itsmyday.co.uk, there will be a little pop-up as you head onto the website, and if you fill out your email and your first name, then you will get 10% off your first order. So yeah, don't forget to do that. And thank you so much if you have already placed an order with us. Honestly, I am so grateful. I remember the name Mia because she was my first ever order, and yeah, it just means the world to me. I have already sent out so many orders today, so hopefully soon we'll have an array of products for you guys to always be able to purchase. I really do hope for a big future for this brand. This is just the beginning. For any other updates, please follow our Instagram. It is MyDayUK. I'm also in the works of making a TikTok for us as well, just to post some behind the scenes and, you know, day in the life of packing orders, etc. I've waffled on for about half an hour, but yeah, I just wanted to say again, thank you so much for your support, for me, for the brand, for everything. I love you all so much, and please let me know what you think. See you all soon.